the undergrads, their kind of academic life is based very much in college, whereas for us, college is more about our social life. So for me, my lab is based in the department and I go there, so day to day that's kind of where I go to study. But then in the evenings I'm here socialising, so the college, it doesn't really influence the academic life as much. Only in terms of like you have a personal tutor who you'll go to sometimes if you have issues that you may not be able to talk about with your supervisors, but yeah, mostly they're quite separate.
For me, being a humanities student, so I didn't have a lab to go to, I would just sit in a library somewhere most of the time. I found it really nice to have a library in college and to have some of my friends in that library as well. Being able to just leave the library for a bit, come here, have a cup of tea, have a chat, just leave the laptop and the books for a bit and just go back afterwards, and just having that, yeah, that friendly library that you just sometimes need because it's a stressful thing to do a degree here.
It's a nice library as well, studying.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of beautiful building really, just to sit there and admire it sometimes when you're looking up from your books. It's quite a nice place to be.
Some of us really have a college advisor who can advise them academically a lot. But for me, my college advisor was a historian, but not for my period and not for my area. But I could still ask her for example, if I wanted to apply for a research grant or something. She could advise me on the admin of a research degree. We organise a lot of events and we still do that. It's our job to provide events where people can meet and relax and forget the research for a bit. And so we have dinners, we have brunches, we go out together, or we just have a board game evening. Or
yeah, I mean, it's quite good.
All sorts of things.
Yeah, because we have like a real mix of the kind of casual stuff like brunches, and you know, people can just come along and just have a cup of tea and some toast, and then that goes right up to like, you know, Thanksgiving dinner, for instance, which is like a proper sit-down meal, like a formal. So if you're into all the kind of like the stereotypical Oxford stuff, like the formal dinners and stuff, you can do that because we do those events. But if you're more into just like board games and, you know, just having more kind of quiet brunches and stuff like that, then you can do that here too. I'm really glad I ended up here because there are differences between the colleges and it is a very personal thing. So, you know, I guess different people want different things, but for me, like, Hilda's has absolutely been the best place that I could have ended up. So I'm really, really glad I did end up here.
Yeah, it was absolutely the same experience for me. I also made an open application, partly because I didn't want to be disappointed if I don't get into the college that I put down. When I learned that I would be at St Hilda's, I had absolutely no opinion about that. I thought, oh yeah, okay, we'll see how it is.
I was the same.
And
like,
I was so surprised and amazed by how great it felt from day one. So yeah, I would always, now if I made another application, I would always apply to be in Hilda's.